Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder Inc. Wrestling, and today we got another review of WrestleMania 20 from March 14, 2004 in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Attendance of 20,000, over 1 million in pay-per-view buy rates. Commentary team for the evening, Taz and Michael for SmackDown, JR and Jerry Lawler for Raw. We open the show and it's a video package talking about Vince's vision and all that, putting over WrestleMania. It's what you expect. Our first match of the evening is for the United States Championship as The Big Show, who won the title, I believe, at No Mercy, defeating Eddie Guerrero, defends against John Cena. Cena does a rap to start, saying he's gonna beat The Big Show like a penis with an STD. Whatever the hell that means. We'll get right into the match. This match is mainly just Big Show beating up John Cena. Like, when they talk about this match, they talk about how big of a match it was for John, but they don't really talk about how, like, just one-sided this match is. This match is literally 90%. This match is literally, I'll go into actual spots, but the match literally, Show dominates, Cena hits an FU, brass knucks, FU wins. Like, even at this point, they were figuring out Cena doesn't do much and still wins. But yeah, Show sends Cena to the outside at the start. Cena does Show for a cross body, but Show just catches him and slams him down. This crowd is fully Cena. This is not Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks. This is firmly 100% behind John Cena. Cena attempts again in the match, but is caught by the Big Show. Show suplexes Cena, but he kicks out. Show then wears Cena down and hits a leg drop, but he kicks out. Cena locks in the devastating Cobra Clutch. Show locks that in. Show would make that a move in like 06, I think, because he'd have it in and then he'd like make it like a backbreaker. And then fling you across the fucking ring. I remember that. That looked cool. Cena does make a comeback and hits an FU Show, but he kicks out. I thought that was the first time, but it wasn't. The first time was at Survivor Series of 03. That was the first time Cena hit the FU on Show. So this is just another thing. Show kicks out. Cena grabs the chain, but the ref takes it. And Cena then grabs the brass knuckles he came out with. Hits Show the brass knucks. Hits a second FU to pin. And wins the United States Championship for the very first time. As a match, 5 out of 10. Perfectly fine. Again, Big Show got a bit too much here for my liking. It felt like it was just one-sided that Cena just won. But overall, can't really complain. Big Show is a giant and is portrayed as one. Yeah, Cena, I feel like, would spend most of the year as champ. I think he loses it for a short time to Carlito. But he holds it. He pretty much is champ going into, I think, it's not long before Mania 21. Where Cena fully is out of the U.S. title picture. For at least, like, 10 years. Cena, Randy and Evolution do a promo. Randy, Batista, and Flair, they do a promo. It's just Randy talking. But on the stairway, because earlier in the year, or last year, I think, Owen Punk kicked Foley down some stairs in Madison Square Garden. I will say I like this promo only for one main reason. One, it is a good promo by Randy, but two, they do this thing where they'll have Randy talk. They'll cut to a like a replay of what he's talking about. Cut back, and Randy and Evolution are in different positions, like the different camera angles. I just thought that was kind of cool. I kind of like that. I wish they do stuff like that more. That's kind of really cool. Our next match is for the WWE World Tag Team Championships as the current champs Booker T and RVD defend in a fatal 4-way against Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak, the Dudley Boys, and La Resistance. First off, Booker T and RVD's theme fucking suck. I heard Brian Zane talk about this when he reviewed it and say that this is like the worst hybrid theme. I don't know if it is. It's definitely one of. It's definitely one of. I've not heard every single hybrid theme to know. But this is definitely on the one of the top worst because it's literally just Booker T's song, as he puts it. It's Booker T's song with just randomly, what the guy just thrown in there, just shoved in there. Like you barely, it makes no sense of timing. It's just Booker's song and you'll just randomly hear, what the guy just pop up. Like it's just crammed in there. This is one of 2 4-ways. I will tell you they both have the same lane because they're both about to nothing. There's a lot of nothing in this match. Booker T does super kick Dupree, but he kicks out. Booker just spine buster to Rob Conway. We get a hot tag to RVD because they walk over Booker. Devon Dudley pushes RVD off the top rope onto the barricade. That doesn't mean anything. And then reaches the point where everyone just does moves. RVD hits a 5-star frog splash to Conway to win and retain. 4 out of 10. It is a fine match for watching it, but also it's a bunch of nothing. It's not much happens. It's just laziness to get the tag titles on the show. And the end, yeah, Booker T and RVD retain. Our next match is Christian taking on Chris Jericho. Now, earlier, I don't remember when this started, so mind me, I didn't look fully this up, but I just, like, time frame wise. But at one point, Christian Jericho bet $1 Canadian, that's the main one they put over, Canadian, $1 Canadian, on who could sleep with who first. Could Jericho sleep with Trish, or Christian sleep with Lita? I'm pretty sure Lita and Christian never interact. Like, they never have any sort of storyline, so I don't know. I do kind of find that funny. Like, they have this bet on who can sleep with who, and one is only involved, like, it's Jericho, Trish, and Christian. Lita's just nowhere involved in this. Unless I missed stuff on Raw, and, like, Lita was heavily involved. Like, I know Trish talks to Lita for, like, a thing about it, but, like, it feels like the Lita part of it is just non-existent. I do think, though, they do have a tag match. I think they do have a Jericho and Christian versus Lita and Trish tag match. I think that happens. That sounds familiar. That just vision popped in my head. Someone can tell me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, Jericho, Christian becomes jealous of Jericho's relationship with Trish. So Christian turns heel on heel Jericho to make Jericho babyface. That's what happened. So Christian, Jericho's on the attack early, going right after Christian. Sends him to the outside, and Jericho dives onto him. Christian then sends Jericho to the outside and gets in control. Jericho goes for the walls, but Christian makes his eyes, and we get a double down. Jericho does make a comeback, goes for the line salt, but Christian gets the knees up. Christian hits a reverse DDT off the middle rope, but Jericho kicks out. Jericho then locks in a cloverleaf, but Jericho gets out of it. Jericho locks in the walls of Jericho on the outside. We get a butterfly suplex off the top by Jericho, but Christian kicks out. Trish Stratus then appears, runs down. Christian hits the Impaler DDT. But Jericho kicks out. Trish then starts yelling at Christian on the apron, and Christian brings her into the ring, shoves her, and I think her head hits the turnbuckle. So the fact she is okay is kind of crazy. Trish then accidentally elbows Jericho, and Christian just rolls up Jericho to win. After the match, Christian hops back on the apron, and that's the cue. That's the signal. And Trish then slaps Jericho a bunch of times. Christian hits the unprettier, or the kill switch. Was it called the kill switch at this? No, I think it was just the unprettier at this point. And they turn heel. And Chris turns heel with Christian. This would also lead to the introduction later on in the month of Tyson Tomko, the Problem Solver, which, beautiful job. But I give the match 6 out of 10. I would have given it higher. Why did the Trish reveal not happen to cost Jericho the match? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Trish turns on Jericho and helps Christian win, instead of the accidental shot that leads to the reveal. That's all my thing is. I get it. It's a small nitpick, but it's just the way I am. I think that would have been a better reveal than what we got. But yeah, good match overall. These two could put on a great match. I don't think they know how to put on a bad one. So good match, fun reveal. This just leads to Trish's heel because I don't know how long Christian and Trish are a thing on screen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when Trish and how long Christian and Trish Stratus are together. Someone could tell me that thing. I know they team up the next month against Jericho, where Tonko I think debuts there or like a night after. But I don't think they're aligned for that long. I think I don't think they're aligned by SummerSlam and that. So I don't know. Someone have to tell me. Also, tell me, did they have a thing that led to the breakup, or was it just, okay, you two aren't together anymore? Because my gut says it's that one. We get a fun promo from The Rock with Mick Foley. Talks about, he sees Hurricane Rose, he calls him Hamburglar, and the Grimace. He sees Snuka and Don Morocco. He, talks to other people. He's just fired up, and he gets Foley fired up, and the crowd fired up. Right before their match, because that's what's up next. It is Evolution. Ric Flair, Batista, and Randy Orton versus Mick Foley and The Rock. Here's my question. Now looking back, storyline was, why did Foley ask for a handicap match for? Foley requests this match. He requests the handicap part. It's not like, oh, he couldn't find a third person. He specifically asked for a 3-on-2 handicap match. He gave himself a disadvantage right from the goddamn start of this thing. Why? Why not a 6-man tag? Why not anything else? It makes no goddamn sense. I don't know. I don't know why he did that. That's the only thing that when I watched I thought of, because I remembered Foley asked for this. And I was like, what? Why did you ask for this? It doesn't make sense. It's an all-out brawl from the start. Flair rakes Rock in the eyes. Rock back body drops Flair on the outside. Foley hits the cactus elbow immediately off the apron onto Flair. Randy Orton gets put in the tree of woe position, and Foley and Rock both take turns beating him up. Foley does his one move, and Rock just punches him in the nuts. And the ref's distracted. Batista gets in control for Evolution, drops Rock on the barricade. They wear down the Rock. Rock throws Flair off the top rope, and we get the first hot tag to Foley. It's not long before Batista takes down Foley with a clothesline, and they wear him down. Foley hits a back suplex to Batista, and then we get a double down, and we get the hot tag 2 to The Rock. Batista hits a spine buster to The Rock, but he kicks out. Rock hits a spine... No, he doesn't kick out. Batista hits a spine buster, and then Flair goes for the Ric Flair version of the People's Elbow. Would have loved to see him connect with that, though. Because he's even doing the strut as he does, in part of it. As he jumps over The Rock does the kip up and gets in control. Rock hits a spine buster and a People's Elbow to Flair, but he kicks out. We get a Rock bomb to Randy Orton, and this is what had also hit me. How did these two never have a match? How have we gone so long, never had a Rock Randy Orton match? We've never, this is the only time they have any, a match with each other. In any form. Think about that, how crazy that is. Because these two are meant to have a match at one point. The fact these two, that's a first time ever encounter that I'm shocked they've never done. Yeah, but Rock hits the Rock bottom, Owen and Flair pulls Rock out of the ring. We get Batista bomb to the Rock, Owen pins, but the Rock kicks out. We get the double arm DDT to Owen, and Foley gets Mr. Soccer up, but before he can do anything, BAM! RKO out of nowhere, Evolution to win. I give it 6 out of 10. A very, very fun matchup. It continues the Orton Flair's. Orton Flair. God damn, I keep getting people mixed up. Orton Foley storyline leading to Backlash where they have their hardcore match. Hopefully one day I'll get to, someone will suggest that and I can review it. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah. Fun match. This was what afterwards. Because they do this standing ovation for Foley and Rock. And Jerry Lawler is like, why are they cheering Foley? He's a loser. And part of me was like, he does have a point. Like, why are they giving him this big ovation? I do think this is Foley's first match since 2000. I guess. Swear to God, he's wrestled before ever since then, but apparently not. So, there you go. We get the 2004 Hall of Fame inductees. This is where it starts becoming a yearly tradition, and you slowly realize, if you look at today's thing, they are running out of people. They might have to slow down on people, because they're running out of names. They are. But the inductees for this year were Big John Studd. Rest in peace, he's no longer around. He wasn't around at this, he was already dead at this point. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Don Morocco. Greg Valentine, Harley Race, Jesse the Body Ventura. My favorite part, I had a moment where I was waiting for something that didn't happen. Mean Gene's going on about all the accomplishments of this Ventura. I was waiting for Ventura to grab the microphone and be like, I was a former Navy SEAL. He never did it. I was very disappointed, but he didn't. But he's saying Junkyard Dog, Pete Rose, the very first in celebrity inductee. He survived one WrestleMania without being tombstoned by Kane, so there you go. There's a win for Pete Rose. Sergeant Slaughter, Superstar Billy Graham, and Tito Santana. So those are the inductees for the 2004 Hall of Fame. The induction, the thing of saying their names was shorter than the actual thing because they spend time telling you about every individual, their accomplishments, everything. Shrunk that down a bit, because they get it better in the future years, where they just go, here they are. That's it. That's all you need to do. Or maybe say their names in case people don't know. I think they still do that, but that's all you gotta do. The next match I have no notes for. It's Sable and Tori Wilson versus Miss Jackie Stage to Keebler in an evening gown match. Tori and Sable win 1 out of 10. Don't care that none of them can wrestle. Not a person in this match can wrestle. None of them. We get the Cruiserweight Championship Open. Your participants are Billy Kidman, Funaki, Tajiri, and Akio, Jamie Noble, Nunzio, Shannon Moore, the Ultimo Dragon, Rey Mysterio, and the Cruiserweight Champ who's defending Chavo Guerrero, given the agreement by Paul Heyman to come out last. However, I will still also say, I don't know what the point of this is, because according to storyline, according to Michael Cole, Rey Mysterio won a #1 contenders match to face Chavo, that Paul Heyman just decided to do this. How on any earth does this benefit Chavo, though? Ultimo Dragon slips during his entrance. You don't see it because they do a wide shot, but just wanted to give you all that heads up. So Ultimo Dragon, Shannon Moore start. Dragon avoids a dive by Shannon Moore and hits a sliced bread to eliminate Moore. Entering next is Jamie Noble, who attacks Dragon from behind. Dragon goes for a moonsault, but Noble avoids it and locks in the guillotine choke. And Dragon taps out, so he's eliminated. We get Funaki, who comes up the top, goes for a crossbody. Noble just counters into a pin and eliminates Funaki. That's about Funaki's time. I would love to know how long he was in that match. I wish this thing told me on Wikipedia. I would love to know how long Funaki was in that match for. I should have counted it. Should have timed it. Nunzio enters next. We get a Let's Go Guido chant. Some ECW faithful still around. Nunzio rolls up No, Nunzio rolls up Noble, but he kicks out. Noble dives on the Nunzio on the outside. Nunzio is counted out, and he is eliminated. Enter next is Billy Kidman. Kidman dives onto Nunzio and Noble. I think Nunzio takes the worst of it, if I'm being honest. We get Insecurity by Kidman and the BK bomb off the middle rope to eliminate Noble. Up next, we get Rey Mysterio, who, with the help of Akio. So Mysterio enters, Chavo distracts the ref, Akio trips Mysterio, and Kidman takes advantage, hits the BK bomb, but Mysterio does kick out. Mysterio does hit a code red off the top to eliminate Kidman. The Japanese buzzsaw Tajiri enters next. Rey hits the 619. Akio tries to get involved, but Tajiri accidentally missed Akio, who's like his henchman. Rey rolls up Tajiri to eliminate him. Akio is already out because he got misted, so he can't go, so it's just down to Chavo and Mysterio. Tajiri does cheap shot Mysterio before Chavo can enter the ring, though, with a kick to the back of the head. Chavo runs in and pins, but Mysterio kicks out. Mysterio dives onto Chavo Sr. Mysterio goes for a sunset flip, but Chavo counters it into a pin with help from Sr. to retain the title. I give it 5 out of 10. I think these guys, given more time, could have done more with it. Yeah, I think these guys should have been given more time. I think they could have done more with their time, if given more. That's just my opinion. Alright. Our next matchup. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, with Stone Cold Steve Austin as guest referee. Here's the thing I feel like people don't realize. Because people say, oh, the build-up is Lesnar and Austin. I don't think what people realize is Goldberg is not seen again after No Way Out until tonight. He's not on Raws. He's not on SmackDowns. Nothing. Once No Way Out happens, Goldberg is off TV. He is not seen again until this match happens. This is Goldberg and Lesnar's final match in WWE until years later when they return. This is the final encounter and final match between them both. Goldberg's contract ends and Lesnar just decides he wants to go play some football. Bet that part will work out for him. This match sucks. The people who try to put this match and say, oh, if the crowd is gone, if you turn out the crowd, it's a fine match. No, it's not. This match is slow. It's boring. Like, it's a lot of nothing. It takes, like, crowd-wise, there's a "You Sold Out" chant, which, by the way, I will argue against. Goldberg is not taking more money. Lesnar is taking less money to go play football. Who is selling out here? We get the "Na Na Na, hey, 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 goodbye" song by the crowd. Did pop for that. Then there's the longest time they take to lock up. I think it's like 3 or 4 minutes before these guys actually lock up. Crowd ends up chanting for Austin while waiting. We get a long lockup. We get a double down. Goldberg then finally makes the match exciting with a gorilla press into a spine buster. He goes for the spear, but Lesnar avoids it, and then Lesnar puts him in a fucking rest hold like we needed that. So this match continues to be slow and nothing happens. The crowd chant during it, "This match sucks." I fucking agree. Goldberg spears Lesnar, kick out. Lesnar F5s Goldberg, kick out. Goldberg hits a second spear, jackhammer, wins. Thank God this match is over. I give it 2 out of 10. This match fucking sucks. Fuck this match. I hate this actual match. I'm not even the guys who care that they're leaving. I don't care. I know they come back. This match just sucks. It is boring and slow, and it sucks. The most exciting thing on the match show is Austin stunning both of them afterwards. That's the most fun part. Fuck all of this. Thank God they do a better one at 33. Our next match is for the WWE tag titles. SmackDown side as Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty defend against the world's greatest tag team, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. The APA, Bradshaw and Farouk, and the Basham brothers, so Danny and Doug Basham. Again, just like the last one, this match, a lot of nothing. Bradshaw does do a big boot. Bradshaw is, you can tell, like, Bradshaw is a month or so away from becoming JBL. Like, he's not far off from becoming JBL and getting the fucking push of his career. So you can clearly tell they're ready to go that route. We get a hot tag of Rikishi as they work over Scotty. We get a stink face Charlie Haas. Bradshaw is the clothesline from hell to Danny Basham. Rikishi is the small drop to Bradshaw. He sits on Danny, and they win. 4 out of 10. Again, not much happens. It's just to get tag team titles on the show. That's it. Our next match is for the Women's Championship. It is a hair versus title match as Victoria defends against Molly Holly. This is what Molly Holly had to do to get the Women's Championship on the show. The women's title was not going to be on the show until Molly Holly pitched this idea. Think about that today. Could you imagine a champion, a person having to put their hair up and sacrifice their hair in order to get a match at WrestleMania? That's crazy. Especially a championship match. By the way, Lawler's on commentary. He ruins everything. He is the man I'm going to hate in women's matches. I fucking hate, because Taz and Cole are bad during the evening gown thing. But they're at least. They pale in comparison to the disgustingness of Jerry Lawler on commentary during women's matches. Oh, I hate it. Fucking hate it. Molly goes right after Victoria. Molly clotheslines Victoria on the outside and wears it down. Victoria gets back into it with a power slam, but Molly kicks out. Molly has a sunset flip powerbomb, but Victoria kicks out. Molly goes for the Widow's Peak, so Victoria's own move, but Victoria counters, gets a backslide to win and retain as a match. 4 out of 10. It's not long enough. I think these two are the type of people that I'm like, give them some time. Like, these two could have a match. Molly Holly and Victoria could have a match. But they just don't. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad. Victoria is one of those ones I wish we would have wrestled in this day and age of wrestling. Like, she would have had at least 1 or 2 matches these days and age so we could see her actually have a match with time. I'm pretty sure she probably gets it in TNA. But, like, I think Victoria and Molly both are incredible workers who deserve better. They deserved better. Molly does get her head shaved because I don't know where they found. I want to know where they found this barber chair. Because they have a barber chair where they fucking have the things to get tied up. Like, you get the tie, you keep your arms tied. Is that a thing? Like, who has those? Where do they find that? Guys. Our next match is for the WWE Championship as Eddie Guerrero defends against Kurt Angle. Eddie Guerrero won the title at No Way Out, defeating Brock Lesnar in an iconic moment. Kurt Angle then pretty much immediately turned heel on him, saying that he couldn't see Eddie Guerrero being a drug addict is bad for this country, and Kurt Angle couldn't watch him as WWE champion. I know Angle was fine. I think Angle was fine mostly at this point, but Jesus, knowing what Angle becomes, him saying that is very ironic. This crowd though fully behind. Well, I wouldn't say fully behind it. There's a mixed here. It's a mixed crowd. At the time I wrote that at the beginning of the match, they were fully chanting Eddie. But as the match goes, they slowly start to. There's a mixed crowd. They two have great wrestling to start. Like you expect anything less. Eddie hits 3 shoulder tackles and sends Kurt to the outside. Kurt gets control of the knee to the gut. He then attempts a German off the apron, but Eddie hangs on. Eddie goes for a dive on the outside, but Kurt moves and Eddie crashes into the barricade, ribs first, allows Kurt to take control. We get stun gun by Angle. Eddie tries to get back in the match, but Angle cuts him off quickly with a belly-to-belly. Eddie goes for a frog splash, but Angle moves. Eddie makes a comeback. Eddie rolls up Angle, but he kicks out. Eddie counters an Angle slam into an arm drag. Angle counters three amigos with the ankle lock. These guys are just countering everything each other are doing. Angle hits a belly-to-belly off the top rope, but Eddie kicks out. Angle locks in the ankle lock, but Eddie gets out of it, and Angle gets right back in and throws a German suplex. He goes for another Angle slam. Eddie counters with a DDT. Eddie hits the frog splash, but Angle does kick out. Angle locks in the ankle lock again, but Eddie sends Angle to the outside. Eddie then starts untying his boot, and they're telling this thing is like, oh, it's get the pressure off his ankle now. I don't know if that's actually how that works. I don't know. I'm not a fucking health guy. I'm not a doctor. I don't call about that. So probably that actually might be true. Angle locks in the ankle lock again, but Eddie kicks his boot off. Angle in surprise turns around. Eddie rolls him up and hooks his feet on the ropes to retain. 8 out of 10. Brilliant matchup. Brilliant matchup. Angle is probably on my list for the best wrestlers, like, period. I love watching him wrestle. Eddie is credible. Beautifully done as a babyface. Doing his live cheating and stealing to retain the title. This feud goes on for later in the year. It goes on. I feel like it goes on the rest of the year, I think. Because they have a match at SummerSlam. I think they are on against each other at Survivor Series in a Survivor Series elimination match. So I think this goes on pretty much the rest of the year. But it's a very fun rivalry, and I love it. Our next matchup, though, is The Undertaker with Paul Bearer taking on Kane. So Kane took out The Undertaker when he was the American Badass, buried him alive at Survivor Series 2003 when he was in a match against Vince McMahon. That is a thing that happened. Undertaker took on Vince McMahon in a buried alive match. So Kane was going on at Rumble. Undertaker's music hit distracted Kane, leading to his elimination. And since then, The Undertaker has been stalking Kane, doing the donk. Because we never see Taker. Not at all until the entire build-up. We never see The Undertaker. So we don't know what he looks like, what he is going to be like wearing. We don't see him at all. So that leaves the mystery. Because even the match graphic is Kane versus, and it's a cross. So you know who it is. But they don't show you The Undertaker. I love it. So Kane comes out first, and I love when the pyro goes off. The city in the background of the stage and that goes on fire. That was sick. Paul Bearer then comes out with the Druids, lead to the return of The Undertaker, who is the dead man gimmick again. You woke up the dead man, and Kane is freaked out. He is brilliantly selling this. I love the way he sells this, because he's going on about, like, screaming, "You're not real! I buried you! You're dead! You're not real!" He's just screaming it until he gets really close. Undertaker just punches him to be like, "I'm real, bitch!" And Undertaker then unloads on Kane. We get the apron leg drop by the Undertaker. Kane taps a stun gun, but doesn't really get it, but it allows him to take over. Kane hits a sidewalk slam. Top rope clothesline by Kane, but Undertaker kicks out. We get a big boot by the Undertaker and a leg drop. Kane hits a choke slam, but Undertaker and starts like celebrating. But Undertaker sits up. Jumping clothesline by the Undertaker. Choke slam, tombstone. This match is over. I give it 5 out of 10, which I think is sometimes being a bit generous. This is not the best match these guys had. I would still say it's 14. The first time these guys encounter each other. But it's fun. It does what it needs to do. It gets Undertaker. Welcomes Undertaker back. Gets a victory over Kane. These two go their separate ways after this. On to the respective shows. Don't get used to seeing Paul Bearer, though. He's gone within a few months. And is buried alive in concrete at the hands of the Undertaker. So, don't get used to seeing him. We then get our main event of the evening as the 2004 Royal Rumble winner Chris Benoit takes on Shawn Michaels and the World Heavyweight Champion Triple H as he defends the title. I put Ric Flair. Ric Flair is not there. I thought he was accompanied him. He didn't, which is probably fine. I'm not complaining that he's not there, but I just assumed he was there, so that's on me. The crowd is firmly behind Benoit. They want to see Benoit crowned tonight. And this match does a great job of teasing you with it until they give it to you at the end. Brilliantly done. Benoit goes right into goes for like a crossface against Shawn, but Shawn avoids it. Triple H gets in and clotheslines Michaels. Shawn hits a moonsault into Benoit, Triple H on the outside. Benoit sends Shawn shoulder first to the ring post. Benoit clotheslines Shawn to the outside and hits 3 Germans to Triple H. Shawn then crotches Benoit to the top rope. We get a superplex by Triple H to Benoit, but he kicks out. Benoit locks in the crossface to Triple H, but Shawn breaks up. But you can tell that's who they want to see tap is Triple H. He goes the pop from when he tries to lock in on Shawn and the pop when he tries to lock in on Triple H is night and day. They want to see Triple H tap. Benoit hits the 3 Germans to Shawn Michaels. Benoit hits the diving headbutt to Shawn, but he kicks out. Shawn gets back into it, hits the elbow drop to Triple H. He hits the sweet chin music, but Benoit pulls Triple H out of the ring as the pin is happening. Shawn then gets busted open by hitting the ring post. Like, you can hear the elbow gasp from the crowd of how much Shawn bleeds. Benoit locks in a sharpshooter on Shawn, but Shawn is about to tap. Triple H grabs the arm to stop him tapping. Shawn Triple H suplex Benoit through the announce table, and they are acting like Benoit is out of this match. He's not. Shawn says Triple H to the ring post head first. Triple H then is busted open. Triple H hits a pedigree, but Benoit breaks up the pin. Benoit locks Triple H in a sharpshooter, and as he's pulling him back, Shawn comes out of nowhere with sweet chin music to Benoit. He pins him, but he kicks out. Benoit sends Shawn to the outside. Benoit then locks Triple H into the crossface, and Triple H taps out. Benoit wins the World Heavyweight Championship. I give this match 8 out of 10. Brilliant matchup. Good way of teasing you that it might not be Benoit. They might not crown him to eventually do it and have the guy they want to see tap. It's brilliantly done. Afterwards, Eddie and Benoit celebrate together in a moment that will never be mentioned again by WWE, but it is a heartwarming moment for the time to see these guys as champs celebrating together. As a show, though, I give it 6 out of 10. A lot of nothing here. A lot. I don't think these guys use the time wise compared to like 19 and by looking at it, 21. But it is a fun thing. We get, to see the 2 internet darlings. I'm calling them that because I don't really. The 2 guys who ran through tape training and independence and all that, they get to stand tall at End Up Mania as champs. It is a beautiful moment. But let me know what you guys thought of Mania 20 down below. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all when we do our review. And when it comes to review-wise, I'll see you all when we do WrestleMania 21.